Dislyte, download now.
Real quick, what is your favorite song in Dislyte? I think this is, outside of the main song, I think this is my favorite. I actually was thinking about making it like an intro song or something. I just love the vibe of it. It's so like summer. Especially when that person starts screaming. Anyway, we're here to do a review on a character, pretty much. It's almost sad that it goes into like muffled mode when you go in here. Even though I don't want to hear these characters talk 16,000 times. But the character that I did want to showcase is the character that it's like I can't really hype with the character because I have to put them in the stupid thumbnail. And you have to put a title. The character I want to talk about is going to be Isis, Cecilia.
Definitely match my outfit.
And first of all, her design is insane. Like, I mean, look at that hair. The rubies are like into the hair, very similar to what is it, Nicole? This might be her mother or something. I don't even know. I just like her design. The little crowns up there too, and it's like she's almost not a person, but it is a person.
I guess I'll go shopping.
Yes.
Maybe get myself a new dress.
You don't even have a dress on now. It's a skirt. Anyway, so the reason why I wanted to go over this character is because of the upcoming meta of what I like to call extreme annoyance. It's going to be a meta that is going to be filled with the most annoying survivability that I think that I could see, especially if you happen for some god awful reason to manage to get all of them. You have Laura that's preventing stuff and giving you defenses, giving you shields. You have Nicole that's kind of doing something similar, Soul Guard. You have Ollie literally preventing death, which is a very important distinction from preventing death from reviving. He doesn't revive a damn thing. He just prevents death every couple turns, and if you can't kill him, which is the importance of a character like Cecilia, who just seems like it's one of those characters that they put in certain gacha games where it's like you did everything, you feel like you did everything right. Let's say if you don't read, like it's a Yu-Gi-Oh game or like the Yu-Gi-Oh show where like they're just sitting there and they're playing and all of a sudden it's like, what? Your card does that? Like, bro, the card's right there, bro. Just read it. Just read the card. Funny enough, when I look at this character, it's like if you don't know what she does and like they put her on a team, and I feel like if you see her on a team, especially in PvP, because a lot of characters are going to be helping in PvP, but some will be really good in PvE as well. And this character kind of does both, in my opinion. It's one of the characters I said that will counter the meta, especially because it's getting tankier and tankier and tankier, especially as you get higher up. So Cecilia, as you can see here, I'm not going to read this because I don't need to. Let me just click on baby girl. Obviously I'm in this so I don't have to hear her talk 6,000 times. So we're gonna go with the passive. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna start off with the passive, right? So when Cecilia dies, right, revives all dead allies with HP equal to 15% of max HP of their max HP. They need to specify some of these there every turn, stuff like that, and grants a shield to all team members equal to 50% of their max HP as well. So I mean, the heal could be scaling off Cecilia's HP, and maybe it's this one. We'll see soon, because I'm going to put her in a scenario where I'm pretty sure everyone else will die, and then she'll revive them all, and it'll be pretty fun. Equal to 50% of their max HP for one turn. So the shield is a big chunky shield. They get healed a little bit, and they get a big chunky shield on top of that. Increasing all team members' AP by 50%, so if giving them a chance to actually get a turn. And this passive can only be triggered once per battle, so thank the Lord that it doesn't have a reoccurring turn. If they ever wanted to buff this character, just put this on like a 4-turn cooldown. It'd be a nightmare, because then you have to kill her first, right? You'd have to kill her first before killing anybody else. And that alone is so powerful. Just like it, regardless of what her S1 does, regardless of what her S3 does, this alone is so powerful, because once you know that that's what she's doing, you have to somehow find a way to take her out first, because you could take out everybody else. They're coming back with, let's just do some quick mathematicals, right? 15 HP healed and then 50% shield. They're coming back with like 65% effective health, I like to call it. So that's a lot. That's more than half, and half the time, and the reason why I'm even saying this video is that you would put her on a very tanky, very annoying defensive team, which I already heard is what they're kind of doing already. So I could go through all the defensive based characters, but just imagine, let's just do the quickest way to do it. Imagine you have her and you have all the new characters. You have Ollie, Laura, Nicole, and you have Meredith. That's your team. Your team is literally the 4 new characters, and her. She's the fifth one. How hard is that? How hard is it to break through that? Literally, that is nightmare fuel as far as the character. Because if you don't kill those other characters, they're soul guarding, preventing death, reviving, and all this other nonsense. And then you kill all of them finally, and then you kill her, then they all come back, and you have to go through their rigmarole. Like, no, it's terrible. So you kill her first, but boom, Ollie's gonna prevent her from dying at least once, right? So wait, do you go kill Ollie? But then if you kill Ollie, you know, someone else, you might have Soul Guard. Like it's a nightmare. It's an actually nightmare. Obviously, that's one comp. I think the character I just covered before, Hera, would be annoying too, keeping her healed up and stuff. And then maybe you want to kill Hera, but then when you kill Hera, then you kill Cecilia, then Hera comes back with anybody else that happened to die. You also could run her in a very risque team. Like, you don't have to run her purely with tankier units. I just think that would make it more annoying, more hard to break through. But you could actually run her with like YOLO units, because the YOLO units will go out, do their best that they can, do the best of the best of the best, sir. And then when they die, they just kind of come back, and then maybe where the AP push comes through. Because just think about it like this: when she does die, let's say your rest of your team is dead, you did die. So someone, at least one person, someone, unless she got killed by poison, they'll probably just use their turn. So your teammates are at least overlapping them. They're at least going to be 50% ahead of them, right? And if they're fast, then they'll get another turn. They'll get a turn before the other units get a turn. So it just seems like overall this is just an insane passive. I just can't wait to show. I've seen it before, how the trash triggers, but at least if you guys have never seen it, you get to see it here, because someone on my friends list said, hey man, I got this Cecilia that you can test out, and I love it. So what else does she does? Captain ability. So she's a point war leader. HP, 40% HP. God damn. That's a lot of HP to be giving out. 40%. So let's go with the S1. Here it is, the S1. I was talking so much, is that the damage skill, and guess what? It scales off max HP. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the stupidity of HP scaling units, is because they just do a ton of damage, and you can build them tanky. It's one of my absolute favorite units to build are these tanky, annoying characters that don't have to be squishy. I like squishiness when I'm playing like an RPG action game, when I'm actually controlling the character and I can dodge and stuff like that. But in these types of games, I like making a counter character that just sits there and like you're trying to beat them. It's kind of like when you look at some of the characters, they're just like blocking everything, and then like they hit you and you fly backwards because you're so scrawny. It also converts 100% of the damage into healing. Beautiful. Leveling this up will actually increase the amount of HP scaling that it has. You see here is 4%, and then it started off probably at 3%, and then this person has to level up to 4, going up to 5.5% of max HP. Now, why is it so low? Is because, like I just said, you can have 45. Fine, I'll whip out the calculator. So let's just this one, like I said, is about 30k. So 30,000 times, let's see, 4%, so about 12,000. Sorry, not 12,000. Sorry. Oh god, it's so much damage. 1,200 on top of whatever that is, 30% of the attack. So that's crazy. And if I were to do 30,000 times 5%, I did that correctly. So what is that? 5.5 if this guy was to max that out. All right. So that would be 1,650. So it's not like crazy amount of damage. That's why I think that they're allowing you to heal 100% of the damage that is being dealt. Obviously, she's not going to be sitting there mega sustaining out of that, but 100% of it, whatever damage this does with her attack, it will heal. And then we have the Ruby Coronet, removes all debuffs from allied Esper. So it's a cleanse and heals 27% of their max HP and grants them immunity for 1 turn. That is a loaded skill. We have cleanse, immunity, and heal. The three mighties right there. And the healing amount, as you can see, it scales up to 35%, and you can get it reduced down to 4 turns. So that's why you can see the healing efficacy that they're going here is to pretty much that the healing is a little bit better, especially on her 2 of her skills that actually heal. So I can see how they would want to do that. You could also go with I don't know if anyone else is running that. Let me look at the basic information. No, everyone's healing efficacy and speed. I think that's speed. I actually don't remember her base speed. Base speed is 95. I mean, should we lap to death, I guess, but I don't know. I think Ocean Waves would be a decent one because of the cleansing and having it thing. I think it's a good option. I think healing efficacy, speed, Ocean Waves, because Ocean Waves does the nonsense. So I think that that would be a very annoying, pesky thing that you'd have to deal with. As far as here, I do think if you see immunity set, 9 times out of 10, that's just a person that's preparing for PvP. It allows it, it makes it a little bit more annoying to kind of like give her a debuff, because debuffs, especially as you go higher into PvP, that's probably the more important. Outside of them like trying to CC stun lock you, right? Having that will prevent you from being defense downed or poisoned or silenced or something like that. So, you know, it's not just the CC, the stuns or the freezes that you have to worry about. There's a bunch of other ugly debuffs that you don't want put on her. So you do it for the first turn, and then if they remove it, they have to spend a skill or a passive to remove it, and then they hit you with some oogie boogies, and then she has a cleanser. I think most of the time, if you do have a cleanser, if you have a unit that is actually able to cleanse the rest of your team, I think immunity is usually the go-to on that. You could do some cheeky, counter. You know me, I love my counter, but I think immunity would be the best, especially if you primarily use her in PvP. Another good one that I think is in there is obviously the HP set. If you didn't get good HP rolls here, see that this person has attack bonus. They probably have mix, right? No, they have resist. Okay, I respect that. And then defense. This person. So look, this is 16. This person has no HP bonuses. Still has 30k HP. So think about that. This person. Let me look at another one. This one's 50, so it's not going to be as high. But yeah, this one is kind of what I would expect right there, like double HP bonus or something like that. But resist is not that bad. Again, making sure that your your cleanser, it cannot be stunned and allows you to cleanse and heal up the rest of your team. There's just huge benefit to that. So this is my friend's what is it? My boy's name is Don C Magna. So shout outs to him. He has a one. It's almost finished out. Has more HP than the one that we were looking at before. Probably has HP bonus. Flat HP. You hate to see it. Pretty much all my characters are definitely going to die, and we get to see Cecilia in action. Hopefully you guys enjoy. And since he has her on a pretty fast set, you see she went right after my ice dude. I don't know his name. Let's see if I can trigger this to see if it gives me the animation. I don't know. Oh, there we go.
Be grateful that I'm helping.
I love her. The attitude that she has is amazing. Be grateful that I'm helping. I like it. Standard, this is my clearing team. They do PvE, they do everything, so I already know. I like that animation. Even though it's a single target hit. And based off me just using her for a couple seconds, I can also see why the Ocean Waves would be really good, because her auto attack only heals her. And as a support, like, yes, you're waiting for everyone to die and things of that nature. But if you had this on a lower cooldown, like, and you would be able to support your people better, because since her passive doesn't have any skill ups, all your skill ups are gonna go to your Ruby Cornet, and it's gonna go to the Gemstone Feathers. So it's relatively quick to level her up, so she can keep herself sustained, which she might not really need. Like, I guess maybe she does, but like at the same time, I feel like most people are going to like I said, either try to blow her up, but she's not like this damage. Like, it's not that high. Like, you know, it's really not gonna be that high, like, unless you build her like attack HP to the point like it's scaling so crazy that she actually is doing crazy amounts of damage, and that's just to keep herself alive. Attack HP, and then like you're doing like counter or something, maybe she can sustain herself. It's not practical. So all right, so this is gonna be really quick. Here we go. Dead. Double dead. Oh boy. I forgot. I'm supposed to usually just poison the guy. Dead. See, like, whatever damage she does, she heals. Dead. Alright, girl, it's just you. You got this. Oh. Alright, she's gonna die right here. That's the animation. And they're still gonna die. but just imagine that in PvP. You saw all the shields, you saw how chanky they came back. Unfortunately, he has the thing where he gets an extra turn. So Kronos was probably, I think, probably not the best place to show it. Still see how effective it is. She was able to survive a little bit longer. I wanted to make sure, I wanted to put her in a situation where she would die, and then you would at least see how the characters come back. I wasn't thinking about actually winning, which is silly. Anywho, hopefully you guys enjoyed. What do you guys think about Cecilia, Isis? Any other character you want me to cover? I'll try, but you know, once the new characters come out, I'm gonna cover them because we'll be able to see them in the game and see all their fun little numbers and stuff like that. So that's gonna be it for me. Peace.